Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Micah Parsons pledges future to Dallas Cowboys. Superstar pass rusher Micah Parsons has confirmed his desire to sign a new contract with the Dallas Cowboys and be a Cowboy for life. Parsons spent last weekend in Indianapolis, participating in the NBA's All-Star Weekend. Parsons played for Team Stephen A. Smith and won MVP. Speaking on the Stephen A. Smith Show, Parsons offered a phlegmatic take on any potential contract discussions. Parsons said, "No, I haven't thought about it yet. I think Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones want to take care of their guys. If they call my number and say we're ready, then we're ready." Parsons also reiterated his desire to be a Dallas Cowboy for life and win a championship in Dallas. Parsons is eligible for a contract extension in March. He is a three-time All-Pro, three-time Pro Bowler, and a former Defensive Rookie of the Year. He is one of the best players in the NFL. The pass rusher's contract extension could break records. However, the Cowboys also have contract extensions for wide receiver CeeDee Lamb and quarterback Dak Prescott to think about. Nevertheless, Parsons' deal could be the eye-watering one. Dallas Cowboys, Micah Parsons passionately defends Dak Prescott in heated argument with Stephen A. Smith. There has been a lot of finger-pointing after the Dallas Cowboys season came to a bitter end this season. After finishing the season as the joint leaders in the NFC with a 12-5 record, the Cowboys fell short yet again in the playoffs. This time, their heartbreak came at the hands of the Green Bay Packers, who secured a massive 48-32 victory over Dallas in the wild-card round. Naturally, star quarterback Dak Prescott has taken a lot of criticism for that brutal loss. At this point, it's no longer a surprise how quickly the fans bring out the pitchforks against the three-time Pro Bowler. For his part, however, Cowboys star Micah Parsons believes that all the negativity is unwarranted. Parsons took a blatant shot at ESPN broadcaster Stephen A. Smith, a known Cowboys hater, after the former won the MVP award in the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game on Friday. The former Defensive Player of the Year also went toe-to-toe with Smith as Parsons guested on Stephen A.'s show. One of the topics of conversation centered around Prescott and his performance in the Packers' loss. Parsons directly accused Smith of having an unfair bias against his Cowboys teammate. "You analyze everyone differently than you do Dak." This led to the pair going back and forth about the polarizing subject. Parsons then went on a lengthy monologue as he passionately came to Prescott's defense, while also taking accountability for their heartbreak against Green Bay. "There's got to be an important time when Dak does throw a pick. When I have to say, 'Yo, number 4, you do not have to stress, I got you.' In the Green Bay game, we could have done better," Parsons said, hat tip Mike Fisher of SI. "That's why I don't agree that it was just Dak Prescott. I know we could have done better defensively." To be fair to Stephen A., he let Parsons get all that off his chest. The ESPN analyst also agreed with Parsons' statements about Dallas defense playing an integral role in their season-ending loss. "One thing you can say about Micah Parsons is that he's never going to let anyone badmouth any of his teammates." Cowboys trade proposal sees Dallas upgrade with ex-Pro Bowl RB. The Dallas Cowboys could upgrade with a former Pro Bowl running back. As suggested in a trade proposal by SB Nation's LP Cruz, the Cowboys could benefit from a trade involving Cincinnati Bengals running back Joe Mixon. In Cruz's trade scenario, Dallas would part with a day 3 pick in the draft in exchange for Mixon. Mixon is a few years removed from a Pro Bowl season in 2021 when he rushed for a career-high 1,205 yards and entered his 8th NFL season, but he has some tread left on the tire, writes Cruz. Mixon can contribute in all 3 phases as a running back and should help a veteran team like Dallas upgrade their backfield. Given that the Bengals were ready to part ways with Mixon last season, the Cowboys could be able to get Mixon for a day 3 pick. Imagine the Cowboys adding Mixon and then drafting a day 2 runner like Michigan's Blake Corum. In Cruz's scenario, the Cowboys would basically allow Tony Pollard to walk in free agency while replacing him with Mixon. Dallas would also complement Mixon by selecting a rookie running back in the 2024 NFL Draft, with the University of Michigan's Blake Corum mentioned as a possible candidate. The 27-year-old Mixon has served as the Bengals' starting running back since his rookie season in 2017, starting 88 of his 97 career appearances. While Mixon has never really been considered an elite running back, he's been a consistent one, posting 4 1,000-yard seasons in the past 6 years, while racking up at least 7 touchdowns in each of the past 3 years. Furthermore, he's a viable receiving threat out of the backfield, catching at least 42 passes in each of the past 3 seasons. Mixon's 154 receptions since 2021 actually rank 4th among all running backs. While Mixon is a solid option, it may be time for the Bengals to move on from their longtime running back. He's on the verge of entering the last year of his contract, and Cincinnati can save nearly $5.8 million while incurring a dead cap hit worth just $2.75 million by moving on from him. The chatter actually garnered a response from Mixon on social media, with the former second-round draft pick saying that those rumors were around last offseason also. If Mixon is on the Bengals roster on March 18, his roster bonus worth $3 million kicks in. While the Cowboys could certainly acquire Mixon via trade if they show interest, it may become a more realistic possibility if Cincinnati simply releases him. In that scenario, Dallas could then sign Mixon and do so at a bargain rate. Pollard showed that he could handle the load as the full-time back during the 2023 season, starting all 17 games for the first time in his career while posting another 1,000-yard season. However, his efficiency declined drastically in the full-time role, going from averaging 5.2 yards per carry and 6.7 yards per touch during the 2022 season to 4.0 yards per carry and 4.6 yards per target during the 2023 season. While the market for running backs isn't great, Pollard could secure a decent deal from another team. If that ends up being the case, Spotrac projects Pollard's market value to be $6.5 million per year across 2 seasons at a total of $13 million. Dallas could opt to go the cheaper route and sign a bargain-level veteran running back. The idea of the Cowboys adding Mixon is definitely an option, but it's more likely if they can simply sign him to a deal of their choosing rather than give up a valuable draft pick in exchange for his current contract. And you fan, what do you think of the Joe Mixon situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.